Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Star Rider. I'm hoping it's going to be at least a little bit interesting for some people. One of the reasons why I decided to try to start this is when I decided on trying to get back into riding a motorcycle and get back on two wheels. Like every young boy, there was an idea in my mind about what kind of bike I wanted. Well, those expensive American models that are just so pleasurable for everybody to ride were quite a bit out of my financial abilities. So I started looking around for something that I could enjoy. An awful lot of what I was looking for in a bike wasn't so much what it had, but what it didn't have. I'm very old school, as you might be able to tell. I like tinkering. I like to be able to do things. A lot like some of my heroes out there that do some wrenching on old bikes, and maybe I'll mention some of my inspirations later. But right now, what I'm trying to describe is the bike that you can see behind me now. What I was looking for, no no liquid cooling. Didn't want any of that. I filled up radiators for cars from 72 on forward, Pintos, and you name it. I've put rad fluid into a lot of different things. And yes, it's windy. I hope it's not going to interfere with the sound here. So that was the first thing. No liquid cooling. And my education actually started in electronics. Years and years ago, became an electronics technician, took care of computers and built systems and networking and all the rest of it. And you would think that I would rely on something like a computer to, excuse me, to be able to maintain certain aspects of the carburation and the exhaust and what's going on. But that was the other thing that I didn't really want to have on my bike. Now, when I say that I don't want it on my bike, that's perfectly fine for anybody else that's out there. You go ahead, have fun. It's what you like. Long time ago, one of the best lessons I ever learned from anybody is ride your own ride. This just happens to be what I kind of like. So no computers, old school, straight carburation. There's a lot of work that I've got to try to do to this baby so far. Some of it's actually already done. I'm getting behind in videotaping this kind of stuff. So I'll get to showing you some of the things that are already installed. There are still some things I have to try to find, like power, etc., etc. One of the projects was to put extra lights on the front end. Wanted to make sure that people could see me coming and going. So there's going to be lights in the front end. I've got to take care of a carburetor. When the choke goes off, the engine slows down so much that sometimes it'll just die. So there's another project that you'll be seeing coming along in the future. So this is just an introduction to Star Rider. I guess you could call me Cultosaurus. Cult for short. I've had that nickname for years. It started out in another environment, an OMC, if anybody knows what those things are. It's a kind of a mind-expanding area of interest, but I've been known as Cult forever. Real name Chris. We'll get to the rest of that afterwards. So here it is right behind me. My little baby. Actually, I call her my little bruja, which is Spanish for witch. Some of you guys might already know that kind of thing, but anyway, that's what she is. She's a 2003 Yamaha Roadstar, plain and simple, nothing else, no Silverado, no Midnight Special, no nothing. And I loved it just the way she came. She came stock carb, stock pipes, stock everything. So an awful lot of that isn't going to change. I'm basically just going to set it up, and I'm not interested in trying to turn this into a hot rod like many others. They hop it up and they turn it into a high-powered muscle machine. I'm more concerned with reliability. I don't want to be stuck out in the middle of somewhere and having to try to fix stuff. The last thing I want to do is be stuck in the middle of the Death Valley and having to repair a flat tire, things like that. So what I'm going to do about the spoked wheels on here, not too sure about that yet, but there's certainly some other stuff that I can make sure that I can take care of, carburetors, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll get some of this going, and I'll show you some of the stuff that's already in place here, and then we'll move on. One of the problems I ran into so far is can't get the tank off. She's just not releasing. So there's job one. Find out why that's not happening, and looks like you're going to be coming along for an adventure. I was originally going to call this Old Guy Rides, so we're out here trying to be a star rider. Yes, of course, I stole that name from Foreigner, one of the first songs I heard by them, and obviously I stole my road name from someplace else too. Anybody who knows music ought to know where Cult came from. But anyway, here we go. It's an adventure. I hope you guys enjoy watching me have fun, make a fool of myself. Whatever it is that happens, it's going to happen right here on video.